Today I'm going to show you how to make a hedgehog box. This is the basic setup for keeping a hedgehog or looking after a hedgehog, or what to do when you find a hedgehog. Okay, so we start with a cardboard box. Bigger boxes you can manage. If you've got lots of boxes and you're going to do this on a regular basis, this is a good way to store your boxes. Fold all the flaps in, fold it in half like that, put a tape over if need be, and you can store lots of boxes in a small space. Okay, so when you want your box out, open it out, fold the flaps down, stick them with a bit of parcel tape, keeps it nice and flat, keeps the box rigid. If you find your box is quite small, like this one is, it's too small really, then fold out the lid, because you're not going to close the lid, and put some tape around the corners. That doubles the height of your box nearly, and that's big enough to stop a small hedgehog from climbing out of. Okay, so here we have our box all taped up, lined with newspaper. Line it with plenty of newspaper. They're incredibly dirty creatures and makes it a lot easier to clean out if you've got it lined with newspaper. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a small cut along the corner of the box there, and this wants to be about 10 inches long. Okay, I'm using a sharp knife. Be very careful, we don't want any accidents. So make the cut right near the bottom of the box, and I'm just going to open that out just a little bit, give us easier access. Okay, now we'll put that to one side for now. Concentrate on our other box. The first box is going to be the house, this one's going to be the bed. Okay, so we're going to make a little mouse hole in here. Again, using your knife, be very careful. This wants to be about 5 inches square. Notice the position I'm making this mouse hole. It wants to be this end of the box, not that end. Okay. Next I'm going to make a cut along here, and this cut's going to match up with a cut in the big box. You'll see why in a second. Again, cut. Open it out a little bit. We line that with newspaper because we need to clean it out. There we are. Now I'm going to bring the other box back. This box goes into here. It fits. And the reason we've got our cuts in our boxes is because we need a heat pad. Hedgehogs need warmth, okay? Especially poorly ones. The hedgehogs won't eat if they're not very warm. So that can go through that slot and through the matching slot on the inner box, on the bed box. Like that. It's fed through. It goes underneath the newspaper. I normally reckon 2 sheets of newspaper, possibly 3, is enough to insulate the hedgehog from the direct, it doesn't want to be directly onto the heat pad. And the idea of putting it from the outside like this is that you can pull the heat pad out so far, and only half the bed box has the heat pad, so if the hedgehog's too hot it can move away from the heat. It's not stuck on the heat all the time. These pads can be bought from the internet for about £7 each. They're normally for vivariums, and they're very low power heat source, plug into the mains, very efficient, and of course they're on 24 hours a day, so it's not like a hot water bottle where you've got to keep filling it up. Right, so there we've got our bed box inside our house box. We'll fill it with bedding. This is shredded newspaper, or not shredded but torn up newspaper. Torn it to about 1 inch, 1.5 inches wide, throw it all up in the air, scrunch it up like that so it simulates leaves. Fill your bed box with that. Okay, it's always a good idea put a little bit of bedding outside the box as well, because the hedgehog likes to drag it in and play houses and build its own nest. Alright, lots and lots of bedding. You'll find that no matter how much you put in, you still squash it all down. Then we put the lid on the box. Within the bed box, within the house box, we would put a bowl of water and a bowl of food. Yeah, the small round bowls with steep sides are the best, because if you put in a saucer, the hedgehogs tend to tip the saucers over, especially water. The last thing we do is to cover the box with a net curtain. Okay, I don't have a net curtain. I'm going to use a towel. A towel would be okay, and that's to keep the flies off. The flies will go onto the food, and certainly if there's a poorly hedgehog in there, if you get a fly in, it'll be straight in. We don't want maggots and fly strike. So always cover the box. A net curtain is best. It allows more air circulation. And that is our hedgehog box.